Houston.
No, it isn't.
In Houston?
No.
It's Houston.
Welcome. Feel free to do a sound check.
Okay, thank you. Hi, my name is Sam Davis, and today I will be singing A Summer in Ohio from the last 5 years. I could have a mansion on a hill. I could lease a villa in Seville, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio with a gay midget named Carl playing Tevye and Porgy. I could wander Paris after dark, take a carriage ride through Central Park, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio where I'm sharing a room with a former stripper and her snake, Wayne. I could have a satchel full of dollar bills, cures for all the nation's ills, pills to make a light in her. I could be in line to be the British Queen. Looked like I was 17. Still, I'm certain I prefer to be going slowly, batty, 40 miles east of Cincinnati. I could shove an ice pick in my eye. I could eat some fish from last July, but it wouldn't be as awful as a summer in Ohio without cable, hot water, Vietnamese food, or you. I saw your book at a Borders in Kentucky under a sign that says new and recommended. I stole a look at your picture on the inside sleeve, and then I couldn't leave. Richard, who was with me, got uncharacteristically quiet, and he said, all things considered, I guess you don't have to buy it. So I smiled like Mona Lisa, and I lay my visa down. He wants me, but he ain't gonna get me. I found my guiding light. I tell stars each night, look at me, look at him. Son of a bitch, I guess I'm doing something right. I finally got something right. No, it's not Nirvana, but it's on the way. I play Anita at the matinee. Then I'll get on my knees and pray that I can stay in my next bio. I'm never gonna go back to Ohio. I could chew on tinfoil for a spell. I could get a root canal in hell, but it wouldn't be as swell as this summer is gonna be. 'Cause the torture is just exquisite while I'm waiting for you to visit. So hurry up, schmuck, get unstuck and get on the scene. Love the midget, the stripper, Wayne the snake, and Mrs. Jamie Willerstein. That's me. Thank you.
So much to write about, so much to say. Oh my goodness, I love it. We're in the moment before. Okay, very nice to meet you, Sam.
Yeah.
Samantha, was it Sam?
Sam, yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam.
It's okay.
I should have remembered because the first thing I wrote was great slate. You did a really great slate.
Thank
You
you.
seem professional to me. Do you do this out like?
I Yeah,
A little
I'm
bit,
in,
kinda, maybe?
yeah, I'm in theater at my school, and then
Okay.
I'm with Houston.
So, okay, it's called Houston School
Yes.
in Houston, Texas?
We're like 15 minutes away.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Houston, Texas?
Is that why
No.
they're here?
Oh, from here.
From here.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
You're from California.
So you're not from Houston, you're
No,
from Houston.
yeah, it's
You're-
the owner's last name.
I see. Okay, you're
There,
around
there it is.
actors.
Yes.
That's why. Okay, yeah, you're super polished, and it seems to show. I think you did a really good job with your slate. This is your opportunity, right? And so you seem to understand that and know that. This is my chance. I've been working on this for the last 17 years of my life. I'm gonna nail these 10 minutes I have with you,
Yeah.
right? So you really did that. You take charge of the room, and it shows. You had a really solid transition as well from like here I'm Sam, the human being, to now I'm what's her name? Jamie's the guy. Kathy.
Yeah.
To now I'm Kathy, the girl, the character. I could see it. You really did a solid job by like doing that. I know that you do have the time to do that. You know, hi, so and so. It's very nice to meet you. Then you go into it. Sometimes we call that the moment before, right? There's something that happens before the song begins, before the scene begins. So if you can check in with yourself and go to that place, it gets you into the right frame of mind by the time you begin the scene. You seem to do that normally, whether you thought of that or not. When it comes to the vocals, what can I say? I wrote excellent tone, pitch, volume, vibrato, etc. because it's true. All of those things are really good with you. I also wrote that you seem to have advanced breath support. I wrote that you made the song look easy because you did. This is Sherry Renee Scott song. It's not easy at all. It's wordy. There's a lot that you have to spit out. She's going from here to here and here. And by the way, I'm gonna hold out this extended belt right now that I just pulled out with like a split second to breathe, and you did all of that. Really good job. I also wrote down very funny because you have that quirkiness thing. Great character arc and development. If you haven't noticed, I have a lot of good things to say to you.
Yes.
Great character arc, great development. Yeah, and I mean that. Sometimes we have people who just right off the bat, they start their song, all shots firing, and then they have nowhere to go after that. You did not necessarily do that. The second you started it, you drew me into it, which is always the goal. But then you had more to offer as the song went on. I would say, if anything, you can experiment with more motivated movements, in particular with your arms. We often fall into the habits of doing the same things. I've still do the same habits, and I'm constantly trying to break myself of them. So I'm just throwing that out there. This character is older than you for sure, yet you like kind of embody it, like you got the haircut and everything. So with that said, I think you chose a good song. Like, I know there's an age gap, but you seem to be quirky, and I know girls like you. You're very, you chose the right song. I feel you chose the right song for you. I really like you. I really like it, and I like the stuff that you did with it.
Thank you. I got my mom's sweater on.
Is she here?
No, she's
Okay,
not.
got it. Is that
We're
your
bringing
mom?
some of her in.
Yeah. Good job.
Yes, and I mean, great slate, really clear choices. You have such a nice tone and mix. It's just like, oh yes, that is musical theater sound. It's just that you just have that. And I really appreciate that you kept this song in your mix and didn't feel like you had to try to belt it. Because I think the tricky part of the song is people try to belt it and then it doesn't work. So I prefer that you have a nice strong mix, which not a lot of people your age do. So to be able to stay in that and trust that that's enough, that was great. There was one note thing, I think you probably heard it, lay myself down, I think might have been the word. Just don't get stuck like listening to where the music is, because it can throw you off. But I know it's not an ear thing, so I'm not worried about that. Great humor. I think you go even further with it.
Okay.
Go even further with the quirkiness of it. Really see who you're talking to. Like you got into there with like Richard at the bookstore, but keep yourself present in that bookstore. And you're seeing him, and then you did this, and you can react. You're an actress, right?
Yeah.
In real life and in the show.
Yeah.
So you can keep all of that stuff there. To like live in that moment of that. And then same with the beginning. I want to see those more because we know the song. so I know where it's going.
Yeah.
But I don't want to know where it's going yet.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, you're just like, oh, I could do all of these things until you see the midget, or until you see the snake, or whatever it is. So like really see the roommate and really see those people, and then you're like, and I love that you did the little gesture to it. But go even further. You have that instinct, so trust it, and then go with it. I know, I'm talking in circles. But the cool thing was, after watching that song, I was like, oh, you're gonna sing this and this and this, and that's what you want. Is somebody to look at you and hear you and say, oh, I could totally cast her in this, or I would love to hear her sing this song. So that's very cool that you were able to do that in this. I think that's all I have to say. But since we have a moment, can we just do the very beginning? And I just want you to see Paris and all of these wonderful places that are not Ohio.
Yes. Do you want me to start from like the beginning, like where nothing's happening?
No, let's see if we can cut to right where you come in.
I can have a mansion on a hill. I could lease a villa in Seville, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio with a gay midget named Carl playing Tevye and Porky.
And now back to your fantasy again.
I could wander Paris after dark, take a carriage ride through Central Park, but it wouldn't be as nice as a summer in Ohio, where I'm sharing a room with a former stripper and her snake, Wayne. I could have a satchel full of dollar bills, cures for all the nation's ills, pills to make a lion purr. I could be in line to be the British Queen. Looked like I was 17. Still, I'm certain I'd prefer to be going slowly, batty, 40 miles east of Cincinnati.
Yeah, we can stop there. Yeah, and you can even see that. You can stay on that longer. Wasn't that great? It was like, because she's a performer, really. So you can be the queen and this and that. And you can like stay on that 40 miles east of Cincinnati. I picture the nice bit, and come back to him, right? Like, don't feel like you have to come back right away. But see the snake, see that how far away. You're not even in Cincinnati. You're in the middle of nowhere, Ohio.
Yeah.
Right? And not happy about it.
Yeah.
Yes, good work. Great job.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.